Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Cutlass Board Games channel. Once again, I'm joined by John in the recording booth, and we are playing some Commander. It is just the two of us, but, you know, he's holding up his end. He's won game one, and now we're back for revenge, except I've changed decks.
My commander is still a Ramos. The Dragon Engine.
And it did play dragons.
It did play dragons. This deck is all about dragons. Keith, you're playing this guy.
Anakthea.
Oh, there you go.
Anakthea makes enchantments in my discard pile become zombies and puts them into play. So it's kind of like a soft enchantment reanimated deck. I actually really liked it. I think this is maybe my favorite deck at the moment.
Menace. Other enchantment creatures you control have menace.
Yeah.
When it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one target non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3 zombie. This is very
cooked. It's a great card.
This is fun. So, just your listeners don't know, watchers, viewers. I don't know. I'm used to podcasting.
Chat.
Yeah, I'm used to. No, I really like enchantment decks. To me, a game of Magic where we're both using enchantments and we can create weird rules for each other is a fun game. Now I know that that's not something that everybody is gonna appreciate, but for me, I'm all for it.
I have Chains of Mephistopheles in this deck.
I do not know what that card does.
Chains of Mephistopheles says verbatim, if you would draw a card except for the first card in your draw step, you must discard a card. You replace that effect by discarding a card. If you did discard a card, draw a card. If you did not discard a card, mill a card.
That's fucked.
It's like the hosiest card of all time. Beta 5. But the whole point is just to like say fuck you to every Re-Stick Study player.
I win. I'm kidding.
It's gone forever.
Oh look, it's
you
8.
rolled a 1.
Oh no, it's 8. It's totally 8, kid.
Alright, you can go first.
Yay!
You can go first because I know I'm going to win.
It's fun, Keith. It's fun.
Hey, you won last time. It's my turn.
It's true. Okay.
It's my turn on the podium.
I will
Land tapped, go.
tap land. I was very tempted not to run this hand, but
Yeah.
you'll probably win. Your turn.
I'm gonna win anyway, doesn't matter. Here's the Hushwood Verge. I'm going to Green Sun Zenith for 0 and get a Dryad Arbor. Your turn.
Cool. Untap.
Dryad Arbor.
I play Seaside Citadel. Your turn.
Huge. We're so far in front. Chat, it's over.
That's interesting. You can ramp on your first turn.
Yeah. Yeah, Green Suns for 0.
I'd like to cut your deck, please.
Please. I put all my good cards on top, so if you want to put them on the bottom.
You didn't shuffle the bottom of your deck, so put it on top.
Alright. That's also fine. Drawing for turn. Wow,
Shuffling
what a
is
card.
meant to be random. If you don't include all the cards, it's not shuffling.
I'm going to play this Arid Mesa.
Arid Mesa!
Here is an Argothian Enchantress. So it has Shroud, it's a 0/1. Whenever I cast an enchantment spell, I draw a card. And I will, you know, search my deck for a land, and it's your turn.
Okay.
I'll get my trio.
I'll untap. I'll draw. I will play Forbidden Orchard. You're going to get some spirits.
I love Forbidden Orchard.
It's so good. Cool. You have a spirit. Untap in 3.
It doesn't have flying, but my token says flying.
I play Urza's Incubator. Selecting
It's already
dragons.
noted to be dragon.
Yes.
Judge my
Always
opponent has
dragons.
notes.
Always dragons.
Alright.
So now my dragons
good.
plus 2 less to play.
Card is good.
It is. It's very good. I'm
Is
very-
that why you kept the open?
why I kept the open?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, that was the thing that made you not mulligan?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I had a hunch. Alright, I'll draw for turn.
I mean, there's a couple other things in here that are pretty good. But if I didn't have that, it would have been a real struggle.
I'm gonna play Urborg. I'm gonna attack you for 1.
Oh no! I take 1 damage!
Your turn.
Puts me to 39. If I can find the 3, will be good. Good looking. My turn. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Untap. Draw. I play Savage Lands.
Bro loves tap lands.
I do. You are entirely untapped.
Yeah.
But you're green, black, white, which
Yeah.
means this is scary.
I mean, it's unlikely your spell will get countered.
It's true.
It's possible, but it's unlikely.
It just means I shouldn't play anything that I want to keep around. You know what? I'm
Show it
going
in the
to
camera
spend-
on the part where it's cropped out.
I'm going to spend 3, which is conveniently just enough for me to play Dragon Lord Ouija, which is fun because if people want to look.
Yeah. If it's untapped, it has hexproof.
Correct!
Yeah.
Untapped, it has hexproof.
Yeah.
Flying 5/4, and when I deal damage to a player, I can look at the top 3 cards in my library, put one into my hand, and the rest on the bottom in any order. Your turn.
I'll untap my
Oh,
spirit.
you get
that
another
does not
spirit,
have
by the way.
flying. I have 2 spirits that do not have flying.
That's
I
right.
will draw for turn.
Yep. They're pretty weak spirits. They just don't know how to fly yet.
It's true.
They're like, I'm dreaming of being I'm dreaming of flight. I was born before planes existed, so I don't know how to do it.
I'm gonna play Cabal Coffers.
Cool.
Unfortunately, this doesn't make mana in the colors that I need. But I'm gonna play this card. Yuna, Hope of Spira.
Yep.
It's a Final Fantasy card. It says, during your turn, Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have Trample, Lifelink, and Ward 2. At the beginning of your end step, return up to 1 target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Do you know what a finality counter is?
No.
If a card with a finality counter would go into a graveyard from play, it's exiled instead.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna attack you with 2 spirits.
I will block one of the
Oh,
spirits.
you're gonna give me 1 back anyway, so take 1.
I've taken one. Fucking give me a break.
Go. Get on.
Keith is
Get on.
salty because I beat him last game, and now he's trying to bully me.
I'm not salty. My hand is just 4 lands.
That's good. What do I want to do?
Something bad, I hope.
No such thing as bad.
Bro's playing Visitrex.
Visitrex?
Yeah, it's like a 7 mana 1/1 with no text.
No, I'm not doing that. I kind of want the land, even though everything's cheaper. Things are somewhat cheap. So,
I mean, you can just play Ramos this turn.
I can play Ramos.
Bro's really into not playing Ramos.
You know what? I'm going to go to combat first.
Sure.
So-
No blocks.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can't block. So you take 5, and then I can look at the top 3.
Yeah.
Now, just to double check, I can put one of them into my hand and the rest on the bottom of my library. That's going into my hands. These are really good, though, which need to go on the bottom of my library. I'll find a way to shuffle this thing. Okay. In any order.
Bro's shields down, I can attack.
Swamp. So,
7 mana dragon.
not 7 mana dragon. I can now play stuff without tapping my Forbidden Orchard.
Curses. Foiled again. My win condition is now no longer online.
I'll play Sun Scorch Regent. It's 4/3 flying, but whenever you cast a spell, I put a counter on it.
And gain 1 life.
And gain a life, yes. Oof. Pass turn. Your turn.
It's a card.
It is a card, you're quite right.
Draw for turn.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
So many people do want to eat. You know, being a YouTuber, it's a constant problem. Keith
Swamp.
just he literally told me today
Forest.
not to give away his address.
Just in case.
Just in case. In case someone wants to fuck you.
Alright, I'm
I
gonna.
probably can't say that on the channel.
It's fine. I've said much weirder stuff on here already.
Okay.
I've inflicted much stranger sentences upon the people I play Clock Tower with.
Yeah, but that's Clock Tower.
I'm going to attempt to cast my commander. I'm putting
I can't do anything.
Anecdea on the stack. I need to make a white and a green.
Now, I know I've read this. And I know your enchantment creatures have
Does nothing right
menace.
And then I make...
Sorry, did you want to
6
exile a
black.
non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard?
I'm getting to that. This other stuff has to happen first. So I have 3 black floating. Now, this is on the stack. Argothian Enchantress triggers and says whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card.
So it is a
Fucking
legendary
land.
enchantment creature. Yeah.
Fuck. Anecdea hits the field.
Which means you trigger Sunscorched Regent.
I
You have
do.
cast a spell.
Yeah, I do.
Actually, technically it triggered it before it even hit the battlefield.
Yeah. Go away.
Look, I agreed that you were going to win, okay?
I'm going to use my green to make a blocker.
Hey, Birds of Paradise! That's another spell.
Yeah. Go away.
Agreed. I'm back up to 40. Yay!
I could have maybe done things differently, but I was hoping I would draw a card that was not a fucking land again.
Yeah, you got land builder.
So I'm just gonna pass the turn, and I'm conceding if I have no actions next turn.
I don't think it's worth for you to concede, but I understand your pain.
You will win, and I will still have done nothing. I played Argothian Enchantress on 2, and then played no enchantments the entire game.
That'll do it. I play Raptor Spire. Comes in play tapped, and I tap this swamp.
Yep, pay 1 so it doesn't explode.
I did.
I mean, I'm happy for it to explode.
Cool. Then I'm going to spend... Oh, hang on.
1, 5, 12.
Cool. Then I'm going to spend... Fuck you! He's tripping me out. I'm going to spend 3.
I'll block.
You're probably going to find this a bit ridiculous, but I'm going to play Ghostly Prison.
Yeah. That's fine.
Creatures can't attack me unless you pay for it.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to attack you with both of my creatures.
Yeah. I will take 6 so that you don't get card advantage. I think is the correct choice.
Yep.
Birds dies. Basically goes off
Turn.
time. So I can't block anyway. I'll untap. I'm gonna draw the best card of my deck off the top.
It was a land! Wow,
Let's
you're
try
literally
again.
scooping.
Let's try again. I have had 6 turns of no actions. We go next.
Okay, well, we were playing this game so that Keith felt like he could win, and he didn't, so we have to play again.
Not winning is not my problem. Not playing is just simply uninteresting for people to watch.
That's fair.
My deck does cool things, and when I draw only land, I do not get to do cool things. Unfortunately.
I was very happy with the fact that I kept that and it didn't completely fuck me over.
Well, Incubator
There's Incubator.
is pretty good. It's pretty good for dragons.
2 less on turn 3.
You should get an altered one, which is Melbourne Incubator.
That would be good. And
Board
then-
games you control cost 2 less to cast.
Board game design magic.
That's it. I'm unsubscribing.
You're unsubscribing. Right, it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we have plenty of time.
We have to get to the thing
It starts at 4.
4. Yeah. I need to finish my files and have a shower and stuff.
Yeah, same. He's smelly.
I am smelly, you're right.
Alright,
I'm
chat
usually
the cookie.
not as smelly as this. Like, And girls, I'm single.
Based.
I'm not this smelly, guys.
You should put in your dating app profile. My favorite streamer said that I smell bad.
You are my favorite streamer. You have that title.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Chat, that's my guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And Alan Cheshire, if you're watching this, you probably are because you can't get enough of us.
He's the only other subscriber I have, so.
Really? Bro.
He watches all my shit just so he can get on my DMs and complain about opinions I have.
That sounds like Alan. I'm going to mulligan.
Whoa, my chances have improved.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So I played against Ramos the other week, but the dude was playing like a way high budget kind of version of the deck. But with my pitiful performance against it on camera now, my win rate against Ramos decks is 0.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
So I've got to catch up.
This
I've got to catch up.
This is an improved precon.
I'm getting bodied. I'm gonna go first.
Go for it.
I'm gonna Misty Rainforest, and then it is your turn.
Oh, fuck hard.
I'm gonna go and get Murmuring Bosk.
I had that card in a deck.
Bosk.
No, Misty Rainforest. Had one of the very first printings of it.
Zendikar, yeah.
And I left it at my ex-girlfriend's house at the time. And then we broke up. I never got the cards. Yeah.
It's like $80 now.
Yeah, I know. What the rule here is, don't teach your partners how to play Magic. Keep it to yourself.
Teach your partners how to play Magic, but also teach them that cards are worth money and they should not be left behind at their place.
Don't have partners that play Magic.
Don't have partners.
Unless. Okay, I draw because I'm second.
Yeah.
Play with Marsh. Tapped. Your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna play. Oh no, I've made a mistake. I've made a big mistake. I'm gonna play Vault of Champions tapped. Go.
Okay, I untap, draw.
Vault of Champions says enters the battlefield tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. A thing I don't have.
No.
So it's supposed to be always untapped in this format.
I play Jungle Shrine, past turn.
Yeah, okay.
You okay, you bastard.
I messed up. I'm gonna pay 2 for this Temple Garden. I'm going to pay 2. I'm gonna play Arcane Signet. Woo! Ramp spells. I'm then gonna play Sithis, Harvest Hand. When you cast an enchantment, you gain 1 life and draw a card. I'll pass the turn. Sithis is great.
You know what would be funny? If you play an enchantment land, because lands aren't cast as spells, you wouldn't draw a card.
No. I do have an enchantment land. Exactly 1.
What?
Because I can return it to play as a zombie.
Okay. I'm fairly certain that the correct play here
Just to kill my guy.
Oh, it actually doesn't matter. No, I'm going to play
Just to not kill my guy.
Frontier Biovac.
And then say pass.
It absolutely is the correct move to kill your guy, but I cannot kill your guy, so I pass.
Sick. I love that for me.
I really don't.
Everything's turning up, Keith. I'm going to play this Overgrown Tomb Taps.
Ooh, nice.
And for 3, I'm going to play Enchantress's Presence.
Oh, wow. You have 2 draws.
I have 2
every enchantment spell.
Enchantress effects. Sithis will trigger. I will gain 1 and draw a card. And then it is your turn.
This is
I only play 3 Enchantress effects out of a possible 5, I think is the maximum. 6, maybe? I think there's a white one as well.
Well, I can't do very much, but I will pull out some propaganda.
Bro loves his prison effects.
If this deck likes them, yeah. Your turn. I need to slow the game down.
It didn't even attack you for 1, bro. Chill.
For 3? Oh no, 1. From across the table, that looks like a 3. I actually have a slight stigmatism in my right eye.
I'm gonna play Sylvan Library.
But I do.
Sylvan Library hits the stack, and I have 2 triggers. I will draw 2 cards and get 1 life.
Oh, fuck. Sylvan Library? That card's bonkers.
It's okay.
No. When Keith says it's okay, he's just trying to distract me from the fact that this thing is like massive card advantage. So,
It's okay.
Sylvan Library. At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards in your hand drawn this turn. For each of those cards, pay 4 life and put the card on top of your library.
This bit would be funnier if it didn't take all week.
How dare you?
I'm gonna pass the turn. I have no other good actions.
The reason why that card is so busted is because it essentially makes the top 3 cards of your deck part of your hand. You can swap them around as you like. So it's a permanent draw 2 every turn. And the other benefit of it is even if you're down to 1 card or 0 cards, you still have gonna have two or 3 cards in your hand. Since you can't play them. I'm gonna draw for turn. I'm gonna play Mystic Monastery. What?
This has got the whole cycle almost.
I have every type of mana. Yeah. And then I play Valdelkin Orrery.
Okay, that's fine.
I can cast non-land cards as though they had flash.
Yeah,
I passed turn.
That's fine. He's gonna make a dragon on my turn. I'll be fine. I'm gonna take 8. I'm not even gonna look at that one. I'm just gonna take 8. Here is the Serra Sanctum. Here is the Seal of Cleansing. Card's good.
Wow.
Here is an Oversold Cemetery. No, sorry, I draw 2 cards off the Seal of Cleansing. I draw 2 cards off the Oversold Cemetery.
You do.
Now, here is the Seal of Primordium. Or draw 2 cards.
Okay, so these are basically the same thing.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard, you may return target creature card
This is a dredge deck.
from
If you
your
didn't
graveyard
notice.
to your hand.
I've just put nothing in my bin both times.
Wow. This is not a dredge deck. This is a draw deck.
This is a dredge deck. Like I said, I've just not put anything in the bin any of the times. Alright, I'm now going to bully you a little bit. I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white. For 2, I'm going to suspend Resurgent Belief. It says return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. But that'll be in 2 turns. And with the remaining 4, I'm going to cast Witch Enchanter. It says when it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. I'm going to blow this up.
Fair enough.
I'm then going to crack the Seal of Primordium to destroy this. And I'm going to get in there for 1!
Oh no! I'm down to 39. Now, question.
Yeah.
Which enchanter is that?
This one. Go.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's going to turn into a land.
Well, I had the option of playing it as a land, and I did not.
Okay.
I have to discard a card to hand size. I'm going to discard the World Spell. This deck's also 2 major themes are Dredge and Sagas. 2 things I've just not done. And Crux of Fate doesn't destroy all enchantments.
I really don't like that Seal of Cleansing.
Yeah, it's really annoying. It's a great card. That's why I play both seals.
Okay. In my turn, I play Exotic Orchard.
Comes in untapped. What the fuck?
Yeah, it does. And even though
Ramos time.
it's time for Ramos,
Yeah. I promise I won't blow him up immediately.
I don't think you can keep that promise.
I don't need to blow him up immediately. I have an upkeep trigger. My Resurgent Belief ticks down. I will draw for turn. I will have a Sylvan Library trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave them there. Let's do some shit. I'm gonna play Nasi, Fable Singer. Nasi is a 3/3 with lifelink. Whenever I sacrifice an enchantment, draw a card. That's why I have the seals in the deck. Little combo. Whenever the final chapter ability of a saga you control resolves, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is that saga's mana value.
That's pretty good.
Play this land for turn.
I really don't like that when you play enchantments and sacrifice enchantments, you're drawing both times.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna play my commander.
Yeah, this is where things get cooked.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white. Green and black, so I'll have 2 white in my mana pool. Hold this one. And I'll cast Anecdea. Anecdea hits the stack, and Sithis and Enchantress Presence draw me. Those cards that I looked at before.
Yep.
Anecdea hits the battlefield, and it has an entrance trigger where it's going to exile the world spell and then create a world spell token. We are going to represent that as a token with this burn token from Pokemon TCG. And then I have a Saga trigger. The Saga trigger is look at the top 7 cards of your library. 7. You may reveal a non-Saga permanent card from among them and put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom. I'm gonna take Doomwake Giant.
Damn.
Card good.
Yes.
And this is in my hand now.
So, that's a enchantment, so you draw cards.
No, they're both cast, not enter. So, I hit the triggers on this one, but I don't get it on a board spell.
Okay, cool.
I have 2 white in my pool. I'm going to use one of it and a green to cast Mulch. So I reveal the top 4 cards of my library, put all lands into my hand and the rest in the bin. Fuck this deck sometimes.
That's a good mulch. I know what you're talking
No,
about.
I want to put enchantments in the bin.
I know you do.
A thing that did not happen.
But you got a lot of lands. Mulch is mostly about lands. That's why it's called mulch. What did you get me to hold that for?
Well, I spent it.
Oh,
Half
okay.
of it. Okay. I'm then going to go to combat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to come at ya.
Oh yeah,
Like
you
this.
love coming at me, don't you?
So I gained 2 life from the Sith Strings.
I'll block the 1/2 with a sickle.
Take 2.
I'll take 2.
I go to clean up.
37.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 cards now. I have to discard 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go.
Right, untap. Upkeep, draw. I play Path of Ancestry tapped.
Sick.
Yes, it is pretty sick, as one might say. Then I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I caught a Scale Lord Reckoner alive. This puts a counter on Ramos Dragon Engine. Whenever a dragon you control becomes the target of spell or ability your opponent controls, destroy target non-land permanent that player controls.
Okay, so I want to respond to that.
The spell?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's floating.
I blow up Ramos in response.
That's rude.
Because otherwise, when I blow up Ramos, you blow up something of mine.
Correct.
But I sacrificed an enchantment, so I draw a card.
Yep.
You knew it was going to happen.
I did. Your turn.
Okay.
He now requires 2 more to cast. So.
I'm going to untap. I then have some upkeep triggers. I'm going to check the number of creatures. 2, 3, 4. So I have an Oversold Cemetery trigger where I have 4 creatures, so I can return 1 from my graveyard to my hand. I'm going to put Composer of Spring into my hand.
Okay.
I then have this Suspend trigger, so I'm now putting Resurgent Belief on the stack. And it says return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Yep.
So this Doomwake Giant is going to see many things enter. Like this. Okay. Doomwake Giant is going to give all your creatures -6/-6.
That's not a target either.
It's not target.
Wow.
My board state is a mess, but Grasp of Fate has a trigger. You have no legal targets because I let the Doomwake get you instead.
So what does Grasp of Fear do?
It's like Oblivion Ring.
Okay.
But it's for each opponent. so it's like slightly better. I have a summon Anima trigger. I draw a card and lose 1 life. I then go to my draw step. I draw a card. Now, I have a Sylvan Library trigger, and I have a Chains of Mephistopheles in play. Sylvan Library says that I may draw 2 extra cards by paying... I may keep them in my hand by paying 4 life each. But I still draw those 2 additional cards.
You do.
Chains of Mephistopheles says for me to draw extra cards, I have to discard cards first.
Okay.
So I'm going to discard 2 cards. And then I get to look at those 2 cards and put them back. I think culling ritual is not a thing that's going to happen.
Hang on, is this a
I printed the art version of the Magic Online.
Yeah, this is a Magic Online card. Is this a paper version? A paper card too?
Yeah, I just didn't want the old art. This has got the Oracle text, which is a bit easier to understand. I'm just gonna put these back. My hand is once again all land.
You discard a card. If you discard a card, you draw a card. If the player doesn't discard a card this way, they put the top card of their library into their graveyard.
Yep. Oh, I should have discarded for the summon Anima draw as well. I'll get rid of this 3 visitors.
So it turns all draws into discard, then draw.
That's right.
Yeah.
All draws into loots, and all loots into really bad loots.
Right.
Okay, now...
But then you still have to pay the life to keep the cards in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put it back.
Right. So you just discard 2 cards.
And then put it back. And then I look at the top 2 and put them back. I'm casting this Farseek. It might seem really bad, but I'm drawing a lot of cards. But what I want is for them to be in the bin for Anekdea to get them anyway. So I have to get a non-forest. So here is a swamp. And then after my draw step, I have Saga triggers. So that probably should have happened before I cast Farseek. I'm cheating, but I apologize.
That's okay.
I'm going to start with Summon Anima.
I mean, you lost 2 games, so you're allowed to cheat.
So I draw a card and lose 1 life, but the draw card I have to discard a card first. And I'll put this Dried Arbor in the bin. The World spell then triggers. And I look at the top 7. ASMR, I'm trying to count how many cards on top of my deck. And then I put a non-saga into my hand. Non-saga permanent card.
With the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
I think I may have shuffled the last time I did that.
Now, I believe that is a picture of an elephant skull on them.
Yes, this is Ripples of Undeath, a card I'm going to cast.
Cool.
We have a Doomwake Giant trigger.
Fun fact, people thought that Cyclops lived on an island of Lesbos.
Oh, because the mammoth skulls with the trunk
mammoth
cavity?
Skulls.
Yeah.
And what's really funny about that is if you look at ancient Maltese, so I'm half Maltese, just in case you want to know.
While you tell this story, I'm going to cast the nature as well.
Sounds good. If you look at ancient Maltese flora and fauna, there used to be really small elephants on the island. And there's this nifty thing that happens with islands, because you get a bunch of creatures that migrate onto that like land mass, and then sea breaks up the corridors. The same animals need to try and exist for hundreds, thousands of years without dying out. And so what ends up happening is all the big ones run out of food and die, and all the small ones end up surviving. So you get pygmy elephants and pygmy rhinos, which when you consider the size of an elephant skull, it's pretty huge. But then if they become small, they can look like they're human heads.
True.
Which is one of the other things that made people believe that
Cyclops
giant
existed.
humans, but not quite elephants, existed on the island, which made them think that it was cyclopses rather than elephants. There is also a good chance that at that point in time, when they discovered the skulls on the island, they didn't actually know what an elephant looked like. And so they didn't know that it would have a trunk there rather than a giant eyeball.
I'm going to attack you.
Okay.
You're going to take 7, 8, 9.
I'm going to take 9 damage like a champion.
I gain 3. And now it is your turn.
That puts me to 28.
I have 1,000,000 cards in play.
You do. You really do. Now, can I pull stupid out of my deck? I cannot. I play Mana Confluence.
Huge.
So you know
It loves gold lands.
I know. This I have a card in my hand, which I think is good. But I don't
But
know
it's
which,
an artifact or an enchantment.
no, I don't know which permanent to target.
Oh,
Which means
I don't think there's a good answer to that question.
exactly. Now there are none. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna do my best.
Okay.
That's all that I can do. Red, red, black, black.
Rakdos. No.
Black. Who cares? And something else. That's only 4. I need one more. There you go. All of that. Blade Winged Risen.
Oh yeah.
When it ends the battlefield, I can return target dragon permanent card from my graveyard to the battlefield.
It's pretty good.
This young whippersnapper's old whippersnapper's not done yet. Now my dragons, when they become the spell of a target ability you control,
I can
blow some shit up. And I think I know what I'm gonna start blowing up.
Sounds good.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I am unfortunately done.
Okay. I'm gonna kill them both before you get a chance to trigger it, so don't worry. Geomag Giant is a fucking broken card in this deck.
Yeah.
I can very easily make 4 enchantments. Okay, I untap. Do I have anything in my upkeep?
Am I even playing this game anymore? That's the real
Yeah,
question.
and Ectayat does kind of run away with it really fast. I don't think I have anything in my upkeep. We go to my draw step, and a bunch of things happen. I have the Oversold Cemetery, but I don't have enough creatures in bin for my upkeep triggers. In my draw step, I have a Sylvan Library, so I draw my 1 card. I then look at the 2 other cards, their cards. I then discard 2 cards, which is the cost for looking at those 2 cards. Because I'm not going
Discarded
to
one
pay
of
the
those
life.
cards.
Hmm?
You only discarded 1 card, right?
2 lands.
2 lands, yeah.
And then after my draw step, I have a Ripples of Undeath trigger and my Saga trigger. I'll do the Ripples first.
Hang on. You discarded 2 cards. You then get to draw 2 more cards.
No, I'm not drawing because I don't want to pay the life for the Sylvan Library.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So I'm going to do Ripples of Undeath first. I mill 3 cards, and then I can pay 1 colorless and 3 life to put one of those cards into my hand, which I will not. I'm then going to...
So all the cards that don't get put into your hand go to your
the
graveyard.
bin, yeah.
Oh, that's an old card.
Yeah, it is.
Let's have a look. We've got Dance of the Dead. Look at these guys clubbing. Look at them in there.
I want to
Cultists.
appreciate my camera setup for what it is.
Yeah, I bet you can't read this, but it's cool.
It's cool.
The thing I love about old cards is the way that they're written, so I'm going to read this out.
Okay.
Dance of the Dead. Enchant dead creature. Take target creature from any graveyard and put it directly into play under your control, tapped, with +1/+1. Treat that creature as though it were summoned. The creature does not untap during its controller's untap step. At the end of his or her upkeep, I love that it says his or her.
Classic.
Yeah. Its controller may pay an additional 1 and 1 black to untap it. If Dance of the Dead is removed, bury the creature in its owner's graveyard. Isn't it bury the creature in its owner's graveyard? Oh yeah, because it buried it.
Because I could enchant your dead creature.
Okay, it makes sense. There you go. Cool. That goes back to your graveyard.
Alright, that's in the bin.
Sorry.
I have 2 Saga triggers. We are going to start with a World Spell. So the World Spell says put up to 2 non-Saga permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. We're going to see 2 lands.
Doesn't say non-land. Non-saga.
Non-Saga.
Permanent cards.
Now, because this is a 3/3 zombie, the original was exiled, so I will return it to exile. I also have an Anima trigger where I lose a life and I draw a card. But to draw a card, I must discard a card first. So I will discard this Verdant card games. Ain't that some shit?
So Keith likes to play decks that feel a lot like the game he's designing, Cutlass, because it's just like just board building,
pile slots.
It's just board building, and then a lot of
here's my tableau.
Fancy stuff with hardly doing any damage.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's Keith.
I'm gonna play the War in Heaven. It costs 6. So it is a saga. Oh, sorry. You lose 7 and I gain 7 because the nasty trigger on there.
Yeah. I go to 21. Now, how many enchantments came in? It was just one.
Just one so far.
Cool. So my creatures are 3/3s.
We'll go Doomwave trigger. So the War in Heaven says it gets a saga. It says you draw 3 cards and lose 3 life.
Okay.
But I do each of the draws one at a time with the Chains of Mephistopheles. But I do the loss of life all at once.
Yep.
So to draw the first card, I must discard a card.
Cool.
To draw the second card, I must discard a card. To draw the third card, I must discard a card.
Now, because you discarded all those cards, you draw 3 cards. Because of Chain of Mephistopheles trigger.
I did already. I would not have been able to draw the other 3.
So you draw 3 cards from this, but because of that, you have to discard 3 cards, and then because you discarded 3 cards,
I draw those 3 cards. I don't draw 3 additional cards.
Chain of Mephistopheles.
Yeah. So it replaces that draw with a discard.
Yeah.
If I do discard, then I draw a card.
Way, then you draw a card.
Yes.
Which you just did. You discarded 3 cards.
So I draw 3 cards in total.
Now you draw 3 extra cards.
No, I do not. So the War in Heaven says draw 3 cards. Chains of Mephistopheles says you do not. Right? It says instead discard 3.
Yeah.
If you did discard the 3, then draw 3.
Okay.
I only draw 3 in total. This is hailed as one of the most confusing Magic cards of all time.
Okay.
And it's great. I love it. I've drawn some cards. I'm gonna tap Serra Sanctum for 1 million.
How can you do 1 million?
Well, it only needs to make 6, so it's for each enchantment I have. I have a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 mana. Okay.
7 left. I make this Sun Titan. Sun Titan is going to make this Sanctum Weaver. Doomwave trigger. These are all here because they're not going to attack in a hurry. I'm then going to cast Titan. Doomwave trigger. I don't think I quite get enough. But I need to make green to cast the Titan. So the Titan is also a saga. I did say there was a saga theme here.
Yes, you did.
The first counter is mill 5 cards.
You know the real saga theme here is how long it takes for Keith to take his bloody turns.
Yeah, it's the real Odyssey.
Yeah.
We were foreshadowing the Odyssey by talking about the Cyclops. So this has happened. We have Doomwave trigger because I cast an enchantment. Sithis and the Enchantress Presence happen. I should have drawn before the mill, but once again I'm cheating because I can.
What's the phrase? Judge.
I'm then going to go to attacks. I'm then going to attack you with Anakdea. I'm just going to attack you with everything. You know what? Fuck you. You know what, Sithis, you can get in there too. I have an attacks trigger on Anakdea, which will make an enchantment, which will kill both your guys. This Vessel of Nascency is a 3/3.
Cool, my creature's dead. You did get that.
I did say it was pretty easy.
Can you deal more than 21 damage? Because I reckon
not this turn.
5,
so
10,
9,
18. 18 damage, so not this
18.
turn. I am down to 3.
Yeah. I'm going to say go.
I untap. I really hope this is an adequate board wipe.
Some kind of cleansing effect. Planar cleansing. Ruinous Ultimatum.
It was Tempt with Discovery, I scoop.
That doesn't quite get you there.
No. Oh man.
This deck just plays a lot of cards that I like.
Yes.
Chains of Mephistopheles is a card that I like, and I know that every time I play, everyone's like, "We're gonna kill that guy." Not even like in a commander way; they're gonna like crawl across the table and get me.
Okay.
Everyone that I play with in the pod is like, I've got my Mystic Remora, I've got my Rhystic Study, I've got my Esper Sentinel. I'm gonna draw 8 cards this turn, and I'm like, nay,
Nice.
nay, sir, your hand size will remain at 4. But yeah, that's my pile, my enchantment pile.
Very nice. You have some very interesting decks, that's for sure.
These are my 3s. I have 5s
I
that I
feel
like to play also, that I thought would be too rude.
I feel like I only really I won one game purely because you led me, and then another game I won legitimately.
I think with all the clues, and I can tap all the clues and stuff, I could like maybe have killed a dragon. I still don't think it would have kept me far enough in front to be doing the stuff that I want to be doing. So I don't think it really was like I let you win. I just think I didn't have a good solution to the problem. I could have made more spirits to make more blockers, but you could have tapped them down anyway, and I can only make 1 per turn. So it would have had to have been on my turn and on your turn each time.
Yeah, potentially, but I still think you went nice on me. Yeah.
I don't know. I resolved Chains of Mephistopheles against you. That's not nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Against anyone.
Oh well, I don't tend to draw too many extra cards with this deck.
I noticed that. For
Yeah.
me, it's because I want to be discarding cards. I want stuff in the bin, and it just happens to hose everyone else.
Yeah.
So I can't complain. But anyway, that was Commander. Something commanded.
Indeed.
We command. And I command you to click the subscribe button. You are 46 minutes into a video. I earned it. I did. Get in the comments and tell me that I'm a bad person for playing Chains of Mephistopheles in a casual commander game. Because I earned that too.
Yeah, look, that card, it's just it's hard to wrap your head around
It's
because it's
really
the
complicated.
replacement
Yeah.
of the draw.
If you would draw, you do not. You discard
Yeah,
a
instead
card.
you
If you
discard.
did discard, you get to draw.
Yeah.
If you did not discard, you mill and then draw.
You mill and then draw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it just halves your deck basically.
It just means that your hand size never gets bigger. That's the whole point. Hope you learned something today.